Alright, welcome back everybody. This is Glockman4519. I'm kind of here with a ROM overview and something I wanted to bring up. I wanted to show everybody. This is my new Nexus 9. I just got it a couple of days ago, and the ROM that's on it is AICP, or AICP, I call it. I know that's not how you pronounce it, but that's the way I pronounce it sometimes. And I'm using my little Lego stand and, the whole 9 yards. I'm not using my JVC little handy cam because it really does very, very bad video. So what I'm going to do here is try to set this up so I can actually, those are my three Amazon Fires and my Samsung's tablets. I want to try to get a nice steady, this is going to be different. Very, very different. Alright, sorry guys for the shaking. I'm trying to get this so it actually looks fairly decent. Okay, now, this of course is AICP, and it is on my Nexus 9. What I want to do is, I'm going to go through this real quick, and I want to show you guys. And this is not, I haven't themed it yet, so this is basically what it looks like. We're going to go down to About Phone, or About Tablet. There we go. As you guys can see, it's AICP. It is, let's see, for the Nexus 9, Android 6.01, and it is version 11.0 nightly. I am running the Sublime kernel on this right now. Build date April 13th, so I just downloaded it last night, and the kernel is SE Linux permissive, which this actually has a button that allows you, in the developer options, that allows you to switch to SE Linux permissive or yeah. I can't think, guys. Sorry. Anyways, you can switch that back and forth from enforcing to permissive. Let me go ahead and scroll up to the top. As you can see, this is the development tools. There's your advanced reboot, OEM unlock, root access is right there. You want to make sure that you click that on. Let's see. You have your development shortcut. You want to make sure that your ADB debugging is on, just in case you hit the wall. You guys can, man, this thing really scrolls fast. You guys can go through and push some files through ADB or whatever you need to do. Here are your animations. You're going to find your multi-window there. So that will be how you turn that on and off, that feature. And that's about it in the developer options. You will notice that since this is signage and mod based or CM based, it does have your privacy settings, so you can set those up however you like. Privacy guard and the protected apps. I'm not going to go through a lot of them. I know status bar has a lot of custom settings in it. Start from the top. You have your clock style. You have your AM, PM, date, date style, date position, date format, color, fonts. I love how AICP includes you to actually change the font size. This is one of my favorite ROMs. CM-based ROMs, absolutely. I think AICP is one of the best because of the features that it comes with. And the developer of this ROM he's a pretty awesome developer, because you wait and let me show you once I'm done with this. I'm going to try to go through this quickly. Okay, those are your status bar settings. Of course, we have, let's see, I'm trying to think of the stuff that's going to be different. That's not, okay, here are your buttons. This is going to be where you set up you can enable your hardware keys, your backlight. Here is your power menu. You can set up what you want on your power menu, and he gives you a lot of features with this, way more than what a stock CM build would give you. And you have your double tap for the camera, press power button twice for the camera, all that. The camera vibration. You have your home button where you can set it up. Your menu button, you can set that all up. Your search button, your volume buttons, that's all there. Just like normal under buttons, except for, of course, he has some extra features for the clock and stuff like that. Notifications, we're going to go in that real quick. It's basic notifications, heads up, do not disturb, all that. These are your heads up notification settings. Pretty much what we're used to. Then we have we're going to go over to the display settings, and I don't think there's anything really different under the display settings, except for the dashboard columns. You've got that. I don't know why I have sleep after. Oh, that's right. I don't want it to shut off on me. You have your dashboard settings. You can go with double columns and things, which I did this time. I wanted to set it up with double columns and switches on. So that's how I have it set up. Then, of course, you have your notification light all the way down there at the bottom, which you can't color it on the Nexus 9. Does not give you the capability of doing that. Here are your lock screen settings. Of course, your swipe, automatic lock, power button, instantly locks, all that. And then you have your live lock screen settings. You can do that. This ROM does include mid shortcuts, and I do have mine set up right now. I have browser, contacts, and color note. So if I shut my screen off and then turn it back on, as you guys can see, I do have some center shortcuts. Alright? So that's set up pretty good. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. Alright, we're going to go back. You can set them up however you want to set them up. That's what they're there for. And then, of course, you have your music controls down there at the bottom. So, we're going to go back. That's about it. Sound settings are here. There aren't really anything different in the sound settings. These are your basic settings. Here are your others. In case you guys are wondering what is in the other settings, that is it. Of course, I have them all shut off because I was getting ready to do a video. I was going to screen record it, but then I thought there's no way I can show what I want to show you guys if I do a screen record. This is going to be a long video, guys, so bear with me. Now let's go ahead and go into the AICP Extras. And as far as SuperSU goes, guys, I didn't flash SuperSU. This comes with like its own root. You don't need to flash SuperSU to get root on this device, at least with this ROM. It already comes with it. Okay, let's go into the AICP Extras. All you do is hit that little settings tab up there. First up, of course, is, if I can get this to focus. Come on and focus. Alright, anyways, display and animations. Come on. Alright, you have your LCD density, toast icons, your power menu animations, all that is there if you guys want to set that up. You can definitely do that. We're going to go back. I keep forgetting. It's not like a pure Nexus. Alright, next up is your status bar settings. This, of course, is where you can either show or not show your SuperSU indicator, and your headset icon, stuff like that. Of course, we have your battery bar settings. If you guys like to run a battery bar like I do, these are your settings for that. You can pick a color with it. Thank you very much for that. I do like that. Then, of course, you have your AICP logo, your logo color, which is really cool. Remember, guys, I'm one of those people that if they are going to have a logo, I am going to run it. Notification drawer. Now, whether or not you guys can read that, you have your brightness slider, brightness icons, disable immersive mode messages, number of quick setter, or number of QS rows, number of QS tiles per row, force expanded notification. I'm reading these off in case you guys can't read it. Task manager, then you have your time contextual header if you guys want to use that. Underneath that, you can set it up for the use poly HD if you guys like that look. Then down toward the bottom you have weather, and then you have your weather font style. Weather, if you click on that, that's going to bring up, or that's just going to toggle it on and off. I did it again. Alright, next up are your recents panel. Clear all button, clear all location, clear all tasks, and you have your show search bar in recents, or memory bar, or both. Recents full screen, which I am running recents full screen, show clock, and then show date. Then you have your lock screen settings, double tap to sleep, power menu on lock screen blur if you guys use that. You have your lock screen torch, your fonts, you can change that around. Then you have clock, date, alarm, you can choose to show that if you want. And then of course you have your colors, you can pick and choose colors for your lock screen. And then of course all the way on the bottom is your reset lock screen colors to stock, and then you can set up your wallpaper or return to default all the way at the bottom. And you have your multi-shit. This is going to be where you have your app circle bar, your app sidebar, your gesture anywhere, pie control, slim recents. I think I have the pie control turned on right now, if I'm not mistaken. As a matter of fact, I know I do. So let's just go to your temporary, or your transparency point. What that means is, if you guys want to set up your transparency for your, your quick shade, your QS header, your volume dialog box, your power reboot menu, all that, this is where you would set it up just by sliding the percentage, the bars there, slide it one way or the other, and that will set up your transparency. Next up is your various shit. This is going to be disable force close notifications, double tap sleep on nav bar, launch music app, screenshot sound, 3-finger gesture, scrolling cache, system app remover, system UI tuner, add away, and wake lock blocker all the way at the bottom. Then under other you have log that shit. This is going to be where you go in case you run into problems. The developer of this ROM, or the developers, give you logcat, or your MESG and your DMESG, so you guys can go in there, click on those. You at least want logcat and your KMESG. I actually do them all, just in case. And then all you do is you hit the bottom engage, and it will create a log for you if you're having problems. And last but not least is just basically about, and that just takes you back to the AICP custom ROMs, or custom settings screen. Now, that's pretty much for AICP. Again, guys, you know me, I love AICP. And if I'm not mistaken, I know that I usually set up a theme for you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's just go with something really quick. Blue tint looks good, so let's click on blue tint. Style, status bar, apply. That's all I'm going to apply. I'm not going to go real deep with this. And that's pretty much it. I might even go ahead and click on the nav bar. I know it doesn't change colors. It just gives you them really cool nav bars. That's what they look like. They're really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and click home, because that's how I get out of it quickly. And here are my recents. As you can see, they are full screen. They go all the way to the top. And like that. That is the recents full screen. I'm going to pull up from the bottom to get my back button. Alright, there we go. Now, just to show you that theme, so you guys can see what it looks like, there's the drop down. Of course, you have your header, your custom image header on there with the weather, time, date, all that. And it's basically just a blue. You guys probably can't see it that well. So what I'll do is I'm going to go into settings, let you guys see what these settings tabs look like. Again, it's a gradient. It goes from like a bright blue to a really, really dark bluish black all the way down. And that's it, guys. This ROM is running great. I love it, and I love this Nexus 9. The only thing this Nexus 9 is missing is Multirom. I have it on my Nexus 6, and I love it, and I really wish they had it on here. But wait, this developer, the developer of this ROM, AICP for the Nexus 9, and I didn't log in. Alright, I'm not going to even go there. But I'm going to show you something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull down. I am going to hit reboot. I don't want to reboot the recovery. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to use the button. So hit the power button. Come on. Okay, I'm going to hit the power button. I just want to reboot the device. There we go. And I just want to do just a standard reboot. See? I'm going to click OK. And it is rebooting. Now I want to show you guys what happens when it reboots. And that's why I'm using my Nexus 6 to film this, is because... Cancel. Look at that. Oh my god, I have Multirom on here. The only bad thing about this is there's a couple caveats to using this. Number one, touchscreen does not work. Well, it does, but it doesn't. So the best way to do it is with the volume keys. You navigate by pushing on the volume keys. What that does is the volume keys will take you through. I want to go ahead and boot into Pure Nexus. When I pick the one I want, I'm going to go ahead and hit the power key to select. Now it is, I don't know if you can read that, it's booting into Pure Nexus, supposedly. Wish this would focus better. Of course, the Nexus 6 doesn't have a very good camera, so, you know, I mean, it's got a good camera, but it's not like LG G4, anything like that, or the new Nexus 6P. But I just had to show you guys this. I mean, this is just awesome. And from what I can tell, this was put together by the same developer of that ROM. He did it for his own personal use. I was talking to him, or we were posting back and forth on the Nexus 9 thread for just general. And under the one thread about Multirom, will we get it first? I posted on there how I would love to see that. Look at it, Pure Nexus. And I said how I'd love to see this on here. And he texted back and said, or he, basically said, I got it working. It's not the greatest, and it works. It works and does what it's supposed to do. But the controls on it aren't, as fluid, and it's the whole touch GUI just doesn't quite work right. And as long as you know how to use Multirom, follow simple directions like Kexic hard boot, that doesn't work. So there's a patch. There is a hack to get around that. So even the kernels, as long as it's not enforcing or force encrypting, you don't even really have to worry too much about the kernels on this. So, I mean, it's awesome. I just thought maybe you guys would want to see that. I'm going to go ahead and reboot. Reboot. Okay. And I'll show you one more time. And then what I'll do is I'll boot into recovery and let you see it. I'm trying to get this. I want this video to go real quick. I know we're pushing 20 minutes already, guys. But I just figured you'd want to see this. Okay, hit cancel. I'm going to go with my volume keys and select. Come on. And I'm going to select that one, Dirty Unicorn, and enter. Alright, it's booting into Dirty Unicorn now. I just wanted you guys to see that it actually works, and works very, very well. You just have to use the volume buttons. You just can't use, the regular buttons. And of course, if you boot it and just let it go, it counts down from 4 seconds or 5 seconds down to 0, it'll just boot into the primary ROM, just like Multirom. It's outstanding. It works great. I love it, man. This is just, it's really opened up doors for me on my Nexus 9 now. So now I can test kernels. Now I can test, my themes and different, run the same ROM like in my primary and secondary, but I can run different kernels for it, or run themes on, in different ways, or, the pure Nexus. I can run the CMTE version in my primary, and then run the layers version in the secondary. So I can test, like, say, a theme's built in both ways, both CMTE and layers, and I can test it all. And there we go. We're dirty unicorns right now. Good old DU, baby. I love it. Alright, guys. Now, I did promise you I would show you the recovery, so I'm going to reboot. And I'm just going to go ahead and reboot into recovery. Click OK. And now this is going to go ahead and boot right into recovery. And it's going to get really bright. That's one thing that, the first thing that happens is it gets really, really bright white. And then it goes into your normal settings for recovery, which I actually have I have it dimmed down quite a bit. So you guys will see that. And it's version 3.0.00, so it's not the updated twerp. TWRP, I think that would be nice, but it is what it is, and it works great. And there it is. You can see Multirom. I don't know if it shows Nexus 9 on here anywhere, but I mean, guys, it's my Nexus 9. And all you have to do, of course, you go into Multirom. The only one of the other caveats of this is the app does not work. Of course, I downloaded the app and it says Multirom does not yet support the Nexus 9, so you can't use the app for anything, switching ROMs or anything. So you have to do everything through the power menu, through the reboot menu. But it's simple. To load a ROM, it's simple. You just click Add ROM, Next, Zip file, pick the zip you want. Let's see, where are we at here? SD card, downloads. Pick whatever you want, click it, say OK. Like if I was going to do Super Sue right there, then you just swipe, and all the functions on here work. Now, the only thing I haven't done yet is I haven't tried a swap. I'm going to go ahead and do that as soon as I'm done with this video, and I'll let you guys know if that works, which I think it's going to. I haven't had any issues at all with this. It is working